Well.
What's up, prankster?
Look what I have. Look
Got
what
pranked.
I have. Yeah.
Yeah, you just pranked me and Stevie. You texted us 15 minutes ago. Hey, guys, you want a cup of coffee? So we send our orders in. And then 2 minutes before the podcast, what happens?
I texted you guys, say, do you guys want anything from the coffee shop nearby? And then I didn't look at my phone and I just left right away. So I didn't get you guys anything. You both actually ordered. Usually you guys say no, so I just assumed that you would say no again. Yeah. And I left and I looked at my phone and everybody wanted something. So,
well, see, like it's all good. It cancels itself out. You already did the nice person thing. You at least asked.
That's true. Yeah.
You didn't care what we said.
Well, this is a perfect example of it's the thought that counts. So I hope that my thoughts woke you guys up, and it really was the thought.
You really acted out. It's the thought that counts.
It is. Yeah, it worked.
It just is. It's the thought that counts. Kamp podcast. How we doing?
That should be like the tagline when we didn't think of a single thing to talk
it's
about.
The thought. It's the thought that counts.
Yeah, and we put absolutely no thought in today's episode. I went camping for the first time since I was like 7 recently.
Nice.
It was fun. I was a little nervous. We pulled up to go. It was supposed to be like a fishing for 3 days, and it immediately just started pouring and hailing like crazy. And I was like,
on the first night,
at like noon, as soon as we got in.
Oh, nice.
And I was just like, dude, this is going to suck. And then it finally calmed down. We went fishing. I was with Mouse Pal, and we went fishing and we couldn't see anything because the water was all muddy from all the rain and stuff. And none of us caught, I think one of us caught like one fish, and we just hiked for it was like 8 miles of hiking a day. It was pretty gnarly. I was totally not prepared. I wore rubber Vans and my feet were just killing me.
Wore Vans?
Dude, well, I didn't know it was going to be hiking. Because usually I can just wear the rubber Vans because you're walking in water. It doesn't matter. And you're just maybe walk a couple miles, back and forth.
Yeah.
But this time it was real, it was grass up to my waist. I didn't bring any pants the entire trip. I thought it was going to be hot out, and it was cold and wet. And I was walking through razor blade grass up to my waist the entire time. So I'm just getting cut up on my legs. My feet are killing. I feel every single rock under me. And we have 4 people there, and we're all fishing. And so with fly fishing, if you startle the fish or whatever, they'll run, and you kind of got to wait a really long time. And so we had 4 people hitting the same water. And so I'd look up and I'd see the next, the furthest guy that I need to pass up to get to a spot that nobody's touched. And it's I would have to run, 1.5 miles to get past him. And I was just dude, this is going to be a brutal weekend. But it was really fun. I had a really good time.
That's awesome. Were you actually running?
No, I wouldn't run. Well, we had all of our stuff in there. I
can't picture you running. That's why I'm wondering.
So I had a full fishing pack and all my gear.
I've seen your gear. You have a very nice looking setup. I asked Mouse the other day. I was with Mouse the other day delivering tickets for our show, August 25th, Crescent Ballroom. Plug. Get your tickets online now at Mouse Pal's bio. Anyways, I was talking to him, and I asked him, I said, hey, did Ryan immediately go out and buy all the most expensive fishing gear? And he said, yes, immediately. And we all just started laughing. And then Mouse was like, you know what, though? It does kind of make sense, because if he's super into it and he's going to keep doing it, he said, I've made the mistake of buying shitty stuff and then buying the second grade better stuff, and then that not lasting that long, and then finally having to get the good shit that actually lasts forever. So it's kind of, it's worth it to get stuff that you're going to have for a long time.
Yeah, actually, so half of my stuff my dad actually gave me. So I didn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't
your fanny, your Fisher fanny?
My dad gave me that.
Your Fisher fanny's really nice.
And he bought me my rod too, actually.
Yeah. I remember you pulling it out of the back of your car when we shot that thing with Hayden a couple weeks ago. And I was like, oh, that's
Did we even ever post that? Hayden keeps making us do stuff, and we don't get the video.
Does he just get a kick out of filming us?
Yeah,
he watches it by himself.
For those that don't know, Hayden has done multiple music videos for us, and he works here where we do this podcast. But he keeps telling us I've got this awesome video idea, and makes us go stand outside in 120 degrees for an hour. And then we see nothing.
Yeah, this is actually creepy if you think about it. He made me take my shirt off and throw a football. What's he doing with that footage? What's he doing with that footage?
What is he doing?
What are you doing with that footage, Brian?
Why are you hiding?
Are you selling that footage?
That's why his last name is Brian Hiding. He hides footage. He doesn't give you anything that he does.
Hey, shout out Brian Hyde, man. He shot the music video for Flow, for Bad News, for Show Me the Road, for
Scarlet Begonias.
Hotel Lobby. He's done a lot of shit for us.
Yeah. All our worst videos. Oh man, dude. Back to camping. So like I was with Mouse.
Oh, that was really good.
Mouse. All right, so I did go and buy a bunch of stuff, but I'm slowly piecing out like my shittier gear and just buying like the really nice version of it, so I don't have to like keep buying it. But
does Gucci make fishy fannies?
No, I looked. They don't. So we were like, it was like we would hike all day and we'd fish all day, and then at night we would just be like drinking and cooking. And so it was like me, Mouse's friend, and my buddy Bobby, and we were drinking a lot. And by the like one night at 2 a.m, I think, or no, it's probably like close to midnight, and my friend looks at us. He brought a bottle of like strawberry margarita, like pre-mixed strawberry margarita. It was the weirdest thing you could bring to a camping with a bunch of guys. But he's like, wow, we really made a dent in that strawberry
margarita. Friend?
No. Oh. I mean, who knows? I don't judge. But he's like, wow, we really made a dent in that strawberry margarita. Yeah. And we all looked at him. We're like, dude, none of us have taken a sip of that. And he drank the entire bottle of strawberry margarita on his own. And then Mouse brought like pre-batched old fashions, and he drank the whole bottle in 2 days. It was just, we were just all looking at each other like, what the fuck is going on? One of the guys refused to poop in the woods. So like for 3 days, he was just dude, my stomach hurts so bad. I was like, go.
He held his poop?
Yeah, for 3 days. He says his body just shuts down, and he says he like doesn't even need to, but you could tell. He's like, dude, I'm getting this like stomach ache for some reason. I'm like, it's been 3 days, dude. We've been drinking like 15 beers.
He's got wilderness poop phobia?
Yeah.
Man.
That used to happen to me when I was a kid.
Do you think there were any cavemen that were afraid to poop in the wild?
Yeah. They're like, where's the toilet? Like the timid caveman. He's like, turn around, while he puts on his little strap that only covers
the high maintenance caveman. Yeah. That doesn't like to shit in the woods.
Yeah, he's like, that's dirty.
Yeah.
It's dirty out there.
Dude, Tanner sent me a fucking video last week or 2 weeks ago. Did he send you this video of the guy hiking on that mountain? He's like on top of a mountain, and a grizzly bear comes at him. No. Or it's not a grizzly. I think it's a black bear. Big ass bear regardless. And dude, this bear is relentlessly trying to attack him, and he starts screaming. He kicks the bear in the face like 3 different times. The bear falls down the mountain and keeps lunging back up the mountain to try and kill this guy. Dude, it's the most I got so much anxiety watching the video.
Do you know what's really scary are mountain lions? Because they're like, apparently if you see a mountain lion, it's too late. That's how they say it. So it's like they're so silent with the way they move, and they're really fast that you don't ever see them until they're like killing you, and they'll attack people. Yeah. And so like those are the scariest thing. Mouse.
Well, have you seen that video of that guy that pulls the gun on that mountain lion?
Yeah, dude, that one's crazy.
And it's the mountain
lion's like flapping its arms.
Well, it's like dude, it's like 20 feet away from him, just so staring at him, and he pulls his gun out.
He's lucky that he saw it. And he had a gun.
Video's nuts, dude.
Mouse was like in the group chat before we went. He's like, "Are there bears out there we need to worry about?" And everybody just started laughing at him. And we're like, "Dude, are you serious?" And then the day we got back, like, not that far, maybe 20 minutes out of where we were, there was bears in the area.
So you guys tried to make him feel stupid.
Yeah, we tried to make him feel stupid. But the first night, it was like raining, and I had a leak in my tent because I'd never used it before, and I don't know how. There's a hole somewhere in it. I was like, I go to finally lay down, and as soon as I close my eyes, it's just the loudest screams of like coyotes. Yeah. And like, I'm not like, coyotes aren't really scary, but you just sit there and you just hear, and you kind of realize like, oh, yeah, I'm in the middle of nowhere.
It's so cool.
It was fun.
I had coyotes in my neighborhood growing up, man. I would see coyotes like standing in the middle of the street going to school in the morning at like 5:30 in the morning.
They were going to school?
When I'd be on my way to school. Okay. Maybe I don't know. They could be.
Dude, I remember.
I don't know where they were going.
I took online PE when I was in high school, And
you seem like the kind of guy that would take online PE in high school.
I swear to God, I took online PE, and they like.
That's not real.
I swear to God, I took online PE.
What, do you check a box that said I ran the mile?
I had to
run the mile in PE.
No, I had to check a box.
All the fucking really fat kids had to run the mile too in high school.
Not me, dude. I got
crazy.
Yeah, I was online PE. They made me go bowling like 20 times for half of it, and the other half was I had to go hiking, which was just me walking around my neighborhood smoking cigarettes. And I would see, I remember one time I was smoking a cigarette because I had to go on a hike, and that's what I tell my parents. I was like, I've got to go do this online PE thing, and they'd make you like check your like heart rate before and after. And so I just Google like what is a high heart rate for like working out and what's like healthy for low. So I probably was like going on the multiple. I was like Michael Jordan, like my natural heart rate is 43, and
this kid's an athlete.
No wonder he's taking it online. He doesn't need the school. But yeah, I remember walking around my neighborhood smoking cigarettes, and this coyote was just in the middle there, and it was like scary because I didn't know that they're not like, they don't really like attack people. But he just sat there. He stared at me, and I don't move because I'm like, is this thing gonna like attack me? If I saw a dog in the middle of the night in the street just staring at me that big, I would probably be pretty scared.
We had cats and chickens getting fucked up in our neighborhood by coyotes all the time.
Chupacabras. Yeah. But yeah, no. And then the coyote just stared at me.
Remember when we saw Chupacabra on tour?
One sec. The coyote just stared at me.
We did, bro.
He stares at me, and I'm getting nervous, and I like have my cigarette. I'm like, fuck, what do I do? Like, because he just stops right in the middle of the road and is just staring nonstop, and then he just takes a shit and then scoots his ass like a little dog across the street and then runs away.
Really?
Yeah, I was terrified, and then he did that. I started laughing and walk home. I was like,
that's really funny.
They do the same thing as dogs.
Damn.
Did we see a chupacabra on the tour?
Yeah. I don't know if you saw it. Me and Tanner saw it, maybe. I was driving. Someone was in the passenger seat. It was either you or Tanner. But we're pretty sure it was chupacabra.
I remember I would listen to books about like scary stuff, and then I'd drive overnight so everybody's asleep, and then you trick yourself into saying like skinwalkers and stuff.
I had a van dream the other night, dude.
That you're in the van?
Yes.
It's a nightmare.
I had a dream that I was sleeping on an overnight drive in the van.
How was it?
I woke up, realized I wasn't, and the wave of relief that came over my body.
You stretched out and
stretched out in my bed. It was nice.
Yeah, touring, sleeping, like if it was an overnight drive and you were just like, you have to sleep in there, it was the worst.
It's just not.
Especially when we didn't have AC for like many years. Like our AC would always go out, or like I remember sometimes if we were driving uphill, it would just start blowing heat out the bottom, like so hot, and it would be like 115 degrees, and we tell everybody to turn off the AC because that's the only way to shut it off. But if you're in the front, you're like, why am I? It was cold up front, but in the back it was just burning hot. Yeah. It was the absolute worst.
I was listening to Funkadelic on the way here. I've been listening to a bunch of 70s funk music lately.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send you some.
I've been listening to a lot of Parliament too.
Yeah. Just like Parliament, isn't that Funkadelic?
I think so.
Yeah.
Isn't it like same?
The Parliament Funkadelic.
But how come
Stevie would know? Do you know Stevie?
How come there's separate albums just called just released by Parliament, and then some just by
George Clinton? Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to get Stevie a mic.
Yeah, we do need to get Stevie a mic. But no, I've just been going through, because those are obviously like legendary funk groups, and like the Meters and shit.
Yeah.
Like all this old 70s funk stuff. But I've been like going back and re-listening to them, and dude, I don't know if this is true, but I was listening to I forget the name of the album on the way here. Maggot Brain. Yeah, I was listening to that on the way here, and like the ad-libs on the album and all the like extra different voices that are being used. Is that the first time in music that people started kind of doing that? Like I feel like that is how ad-libs got originated. They might have.
I know George Clinton produced one of the really early Chili Pepper albums, and they said it was a nightmare because
Freak Styly?
Maybe
I think it's Freak Styly.
Freaky Styly, yeah.
Is it Freaky Styly? Yeah.
And they said it was a nightmare because they were all like heavily addicted to cocaine at the time, and so they were just trying to make albums, and just nothing was getting done.
That album's crazy.
The album, it sounds like
there are some like really cool songs on that album though.
Yeah.
That was before Chad Smith and Frashante were in the band. That was when they had Jack Irons playing drums and Hillel Slavic playing guitar. But yeah, those albums are so cool though, dude. Like all the different crazy voices from "Can you get with that? Can you get with that?" And then there's like the preacher voice, like screaming high as fuck. It's
dude,
nuts.
I really like Herbie Hancock stuff.
Yeah,
where he kind of gets away from like the regular jazz and goes into like synthesizers and like really weird stuff. And he had a band called like the Headhunters, and they did a few albums. But there's this one album called Thrust. I'll send you. It's really fucking sick. But that was like a really quintessential album for me, and like finding my sound and my I mean funk and jazz was pretty much my background before the band. So that was like that one album is just super vibey.
Yeah, I remember being 13 years old, and the first drum teacher that I had, I think he put me on to the meters. Actually, no, it was my second drum teacher I had when I was 15. He put me on to the meters, and I started learning a bunch of meter songs, and that combined with learning all the Chili Pepper stuff and like Blink-182, it was like this weird fusion of getting really comfortable with like finding my looseness in the drums and that like funk, but then also having this like rock, like sturdy background on the drums too. And I think the fusion between those is like why I still just play the drums the way I play them. When we were in the studio 2 days ago with Katastro, we recorded the really epic part of one of the songs, and I got to like really play. We all got to like go off on our instruments and like jam, and it was so fun, dude. I was like on a high that next morning when I woke up and listened to what we recorded, and I was like, man, like I love playing the drums. And it's one of those things where it's so weird, like I'm sure you feel the same way about bass, and maybe it's just because we've been playing our instruments for so long, but not only this, I realize like I've been playing the drums for 20 years now. That's crazy.
Damn.
That makes me feel so old. But I've been playing the drums for 20 years, and like I can just sit on a drum kit and like I don't even think about it or try, and I can play. And it's just fun. And it's like it's like so comfortable, and like I can learn songs really fast. Like it's kind of this weird thing where I sometimes forget, just because we haven't been obviously touring the past 2 years.
Yeah, and just focusing on like production stuff, you're not really playing a ton of live drums. I feel the same way though. It's like no matter how long I go without playing bass, I know that I can like pick up a bass and play something pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, and it's weird. Like in the least cocky, like douchey way sounding possible, I'm really good at playing the drums. I'm really confident in it, and it just feels like it's a part of me when I'm on a drum set. That sounds so cheesy and stupid, but it
does, yeah.
But it really does.
We need to get a drum off between you and Stevie sometime. We'll do a video.
Yeah.
Double drum.
No, it's just weird. It's like one of those things where I legitimately feel like I was just like, and this might sound cheesy too, but there's some things feel so easy, and then it's gotta. To me, I wonder, like, is that just like something that I was given? Is that like in my blood? Because like my uncle was a drummer.
Yeah,
and he was really good at the drums. So like there is this musical history in my family that's been passed down.
Mine too.
Yeah, yours too.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is I remember when I first started playing the drums, like I wasn't good.
Right.
It wasn't like I was just immediately good.
I remember
like,
I
had
got
to learn,
really
but
good quickly though.
Same.
Like I remember I was like making like crazy progress, and all my teachers were like, "What's going on?" And I think it had to do with just like finding, the thing that piqued my interest more than anything else, and being at the age where I was able to give it as much time as I wanted to. And like, when you're that young, you're like, can fully dive into it where that's all you think. You have nothing else to worry about. All you're doing is playing. Yeah. And then, just having like that natural somewhat ability or like affliction towards it, that it just like, I remember going to one of my, like my first bass teacher. He was my upright bass teacher, and I told him I want to play electric bass instead. And he was like, okay, I can give you lessons or whatever. And so he's like, what are you listening to? Like, bring in a song and I'll teach you that song. And I brought in Rancid, and this dude was like a heavy like church guy, and he's just like, we're not doing this. We can't listen to Rancid. And but like it was within like a year that he was like, you need to find another teacher for bass that can like show you more because he was mainly upright. But having like the right teachers was really important too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I remember I think that me being able to learn the drums super fast when I was young was bringing in music to my drum teacher. I remember bringing in an entire Chili Pepper album and going through every song every week, and he would tab out the drums for me, and we'd work through the parts together. If I got stuck on a certain fill that I couldn't figure out by just listening to the album, he would help me work through that fill. And like that, I think that vocabulary of just learning different parts and the way other drummers play helped me develop my own sound. Because I remember specifically this moment watching Chad Smith play the drums on that Slane, Live at Slane
Castle, yeah.
Oh, that DVD's epic. I remember we used to watch that in the van before shows.
All the time.
I remember thinking at one point, and this was when I was really young, like probably 14 or something, 14, 15, and watching videos of Chad Smith and being like, not like trying to play exactly what he's playing, but like I remember thinking like, why is he playing that way? Like, why is it feel like loose and like natural? And like when he plays, he's not playing stiff. It's like, and after like getting really into Chad Smith, it was so difficult for me to watch drummers that were really stiff because it was like, dude, play with life.
You know, Questlove was like one of the first drummers to play with that like Jay Dilla trunks, like
dude, he
swagger because
he had to create it because of D'Angelo.
Yeah, they were doing Voodoo. That's my all-time favorite album is D'Angelo's Voodoo, and D'Angelo just kept telling him like, no, like play it more drunk, because D'Angelo was really into like Dilla and like that style, and he had to learn how to play like that. And he was saying like, you know, it felt like I was so off, but it wasn't ever drunk enough for him. And he said D'Angelo would always just say, you know, play more drunk, and he would just go off. And then now you listen to those albums, like that's all hip hop now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah, that really is interesting too, because it's like when you're programming drums, you have to move the hats and the kicks around off the grid so that it'll feel loose.
Otherwise, it sounds like 80s.
It took me a while to figure. Yeah, when I started making beats, it took me a while to figure that out, and I'd be like, "Why does this not sound like it sounds in my head?" And then I'm like, "Oh, well, you wouldn't be playing perfectly on the click. You'd be loose. You'd be probably late or early. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really interesting. That's crazy. That's a big one where it's like, oh, he just broke the rules and created this whole like feeling that people didn't even know existed.
Yeah, and even like with programming drums, like even if you shift everything over, like all the hi-hats over to the right just a little bit, you know, it still feels too uniform because it's not how a drummer is, just it's random.
Yeah, you got to mess with the velocities.
Yeah.
You have to like, there's ways to do it.
For sure. Yeah.
It's just like, it takes some figuring out and like.
And sometimes like this song calls for that machine sound,
yeah,
you know, and like that's what you need is that super uniform thing. Or if everything else is off time underneath it, you need some sort of layer that's showing like where the timing is.
Yeah.
For everything else.
Yeah, that's cool.
That so when they did Voodoo, they were in Electric Lady's studio, and they were in the main room, and then in the other room was Erykah Badu, and she was doing Baduism at the same time, and so like all the musicians were going back and forth.
Yeah,
and, like it's just cool to think about, to like that's like the birth of neo soul and that sound, and it was all happening right at the same time in the same studio with the same like musicians going back and forth and popping in and listening to what's going on in the next room. Like it just. You read about things like that, or you hear about stuff like that, and you're just like, damn, it would be so cool to be a part of something that special and not know that it's that special yet.
Dude, Erykah Badu, I remember being obsessed with that America Part 2 album because Tanner bought it on CD, and he always had it playing in his 4Runner, and I remember him picking me up and us just driving around listening to that album all the time.
Didn't you crash into his 4Runner like twice?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, I crashed into his 4Runner once, and then I crashed into Kenny's Honda Civic.
Yeah, both backing out of your garage.
Both of them, neither of the cars were moving.
Yeah.
I backed into it.
Classic. Remember when you, I think we were in California and you called us and you said that you couldn't get the keys out of the car ignition and you were stuck in the parking lot for like an hour and a half?
And I didn't put the van in park.
Yeah, you just didn't put it in park. But you were stuck there for like 2 hours and had to call AAA and then realized eventually that you didn't have it in park.
Dude, sometimes you just learn lessons the hard way.
Yeah, you do.
And that hard way is sometimes you just being a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I mean, I hit a motel once and destroyed our trailer, but
I remember that. Yeah, I remember you having severe anxiety coming back to get us.
Yeah, and nobody cared at all. I was like, fuck, dude, they're going to make me pay for this. I can't afford to do it. And then nobody, like literally nobody said anything. They're like, oh, man. And then that was it.
Yeah.
I got lucky.
My mom backed my dad's Mercedes into the trash cans outside of our house once. Put like a massive dent in the side of his car.
Dude, I drove my mom's car for work one day, and I was like in a parking garage of a apartment complex or something, and I just wasn't paying attention. I just started turning to get out of like a tight spot, and there's this whole pole. It destroyed the side of her car, and I said that somebody hit it, and
you
left.
lied.
Yeah, I lied.
Damn.
So this is my confession, Mom.
Your mom watches every podcast too.
They might. I don't know. They're retired now. They don't have anything to do. I'm going to go visit them kind of soon.
So you're going on another vacation soon?
Well, I'm going out to a wedding in New York. And then I was looking at, like, I've been wanting to go visit my family in Washington.
Yeah, it's been a while since. Did you see that? Was the last time you saw them for the funeral?
They weren't even here.
Oh.
They did come to Arizona. Yeah, I saw them at Kamp Fest.
Yeah, that's what it was.
But yeah, no, I mean, my brother lives in Seattle now too, and they live in Spokane. And so it was going to be a lot more expensive to like go to New York and then like 2 months later fly to Seattle and Washington. So we're just doing it all in one big trip.
So you go to New York and then straight from New York to Seattle?
To Spokane. Yeah. And then I'm going to go fishing with my dad. And by chance, Iration's going to be in Spokane at the same time. So I'm going to go hang out with them for a night.
Are they playing that night?
Yeah, they're playing. Yeah.
Nice.
So I get to go hang out with them, and then I'm going to go down to Seattle and see my brother for like a day.
That's dope.
Yeah, it should be cool.
That's awesome.
It's been weird being home this often because we're used to like going places, and usually after tour, I wouldn't want to go anywhere and like do anything because I'm just like, I've been gone for so long. I felt like I was never home. And now I think this might be the first time I'm actually like, oh, it's going to be nice to go somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I've honestly like really enjoyed being at home for an extended period of time. I think it's helped me like decompress from a lot of stuff. Yeah,
me too. I mean, my life has definitely improved, not like being on tour and drinking every night and not sleeping well and stuff. Like it's been the first time I've ever had like a routine, you know?
Yeah.
That lasts longer than like a month and a half. Mm-hmm. So it's been good.
Yeah.
I do miss touring a lot though. I think we talked about that recently, but it's I want to get out there and like play show, especially after like a couple days ago when we were just jamming and recording, and it just felt like something that we would only like do live and never like really put on records, you know? And while we were doing it, I was just like, this is gonna go off live, because that's what you always feel, and then you're like, oh damn. So
do you think it's really hit you yet that this is the last stuff that we're ever going to be able to do with Andy?
Yeah, I think it has. That's why I'm excited to finish it, you know, because I think it's important to do it right. And obviously, but I also want to get it done, and I want people to hear it. I think that's going to be really exciting. And for me, that's like the gift out of it, is that we get to show people what we've been working on and what we were working on beforehand and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. To me, it's crazy. Like to me, it's like serving two purposes. It's like, I think being able to work on the music, after he died has helped me through the process of his death.
Yeah.
So it's been like super, like, I think we said this last time on the podcast, but like, even if for some reason shit goes down, the world ends next week, and this album never sees the light of day, it still serves such a massive purpose in my life to help me like heal through all that shit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just having like a common goal still, like I think about that a lot.
I guess
like
that's what I'm saying.
If we didn't have that, I think I would have been a way bigger mess, and I already was a mess. So it's like, I think it would have been way harder if it was just we just had nothing to do after that, you know, like we're lucky. We say it all the time. It's like we're so lucky to have what we do have, and you know, I'm excited for people to finally get a glimpse of it whenever that happens. But we've been making some big moves on our end, and you know, it's finally feeling kind of exciting again, like it used to. It's more important, it's bigger, and it's more exciting than it ever has been. So
yeah, it's been nice to take our time and make sure the songs are done the absolute right way they're supposed to be done, like even if it takes fucking 10 days on one song, like cool, whatever. It's been nice to have that time, because usually, I mean, we've been with plenty of albums we've put in a box of where it's like literally, it's just because this is how shit goes, but it's like if you got a tour booked in the summer and that's your headlining album release tour and that's 6 months away, it's like you need to get the album done in a few weeks, because you've got to plan for months for the rollout of the record, and then also be prepared for tour. So we usually ended up being in a position where it's like, all right guys, you got 2 more weeks, like go finish the record. And like, thank God we weren't in that position with this one, because like, dude, there were so many days where we would go in there and work for 2 hours and then we'd just be fried.
Oh yeah.
And like you guys would leave the studio and I just lay there and just, you know, just feel like we just did a 13-hour session.
Yeah. I mean, to me, like Sucker was one of, I think like to me, that's my favorite album of ours. And I just think the songs are like the best written songs on there and like produced. And I just think it's like really fun. And that one we spent like a year and a half on. And this one, it's going to be like
2 years.
Just so much more. So much more time and way more thought. Because before it's always like, there's a little thought that's like, it doesn't matter because we'll come back with the next one. You know what I mean? It's like, if you get in ruts, you're just like, hey, let's just cut this song then. But now we can't. We just have to do it.
Yeah, it's going to be so interesting when the songs do get put into the world and they take on their own meaning with fans. And like, I don't know. I just can't. It's hard for me to imagine how meaningful it's going to be for people to hear him singing to them. Like,
yeah, it's exciting, dude.
And not only that, but just, dude, the lyrical content on the album is just mind blowing, and it's almost unreal. And I'm just excited about it.
I was listening to what we have so far the other day for the first time in a while, and I was like, this is good. Like, it's legitimately
it's so
exciting. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not just like good considering what we were left with, or good considering this or that. It's like, no, this is like a legit fucking album. And
it's weird. Stoked. Like, there's been times working on it where I feel like Andy's still here.
Yeah, you forget, because it's just, that's how it's always felt, you know, when we're like making music. And so that's been nice as well.
Yeah, dude. So sick. Yeah, it's crazy. It's completely reshaped my relationship with music and what music is, and like what I think it's doing to people.
Yeah, for me, it's just from like the songwriting side of like creating music, and it's just such a different way of doing it than we've ever done, that it's exercising this whole new side of songwriting as well, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's been really fun, because it's just different. Like, everything
What's
about
interesting
it
is that a lot of the songs were already written, and we had to realize, like, all right, that's his lyrics and that's his melody for this hook. That's the song. What are we building around it? You know what I mean? It's
we cut complete tracks and be like, what are different chords that are going to make his line better?
Yeah.
Because if his like first thought, it's not necessarily going to be the best melody over those chords, but like, how do we make that line the best melody by changing all these other notes in the background? And it was complicated, it was hard, and it was like a puzzle, you know, just going in and being like, oh, that hits harder if we go here or there. But yeah, I mean, it's exciting. I wish we could say
weird,
more
like,
about it.
Yeah, because we feel like we're in limbo kind of, because it's like we have this shit this like gold mine we're sitting on, as far as like just something we're so excited to share with people. We can't really we don't want to talk about it too much. We already are talking about it too much, but it's like, I don't know. It just feels like you're in this, I don't know. It's hard to not share. Like, especially my personality, like when I'm like really super passionate about something, I want to share it with the people that are close to me. And like, I can talk all day long, and it's Yeah, it's hard to keep this one under wraps.
I know. Dude, I haven't even sent, like, usually we're sending tracks to like family and people. Like, I haven't sent it to anybody.
I've been posting them all on my Facebook.
Oh yeah,
the past few weeks.
My my MySpace. Do you think Zuck and Elon are actually gonna fight?
Well, don't they both do jiu-jitsu? Aren't they?
Well, I think Zuck does jiu-jitsu.
Zuck's good. I've seen videos of him doing jiu-jitsu.
He looks
not that I would know what a good jiu-jitsu dude is, but I've seen him do jiu-jitsu with like people that are like Lex Friedman, him and Lex Friedman. I don't know.
That's got to be a weird conversation. It's too like.
Did you not listen to it?
Robot. Oh, they had a conversation.
Did you not listen to it?
No,
I would say Lex Friedman's way less of a robot than Zuckerberg.
Really?
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's too.
Have you not listened to Lex Friedman's podcast? He's actually a pretty
really.
like personable dude.
Really?
Yeah.
He comes across.
He comes across as like super kind of stale and robotic, but he's actually not. He's like really like a heartfelt, like kind of emotional guy.
Huh.
Yeah. I actually really enjoy his podcast. I really enjoy that he gives like people a platform that have otherwise been canceled, so he can like further see like why they're thinking the way that they're thinking.
Yeah. You see that Jeremy Corbell, the alien guy, reposted the video from when we did Astro Camp?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm excited to keep those going. That was a really fun time. But we need to find some like other freaks. We need like Danny is our certified like he's our alien guy. We need a ghost hunter. We need
I would love to have and this is not a joke, so I don't want people joking around about this. I want to find someone that legitimately believes in Bigfoot and get them in this on this podcast.
That'd be great. Yeah, we should do
we live in Arizona. There's got to be there's
no Bigfoots in Arizona.
Yeah, but we're not that far from Northern California is what I'm saying. So there's got to be some
pretty far from Northern California. Dude.
Not that far. It's like there's definitely some people that live in Arizona that travel up north every year to go search for Bigfoot.
Is that the Mecca?
If you like searching for Bigfoot and you want to be on our podcast, just call. What's your phone number?
Yeah, it's 714-274.
Bigfoot, man. Yeah. What do you think about Bigfoot?
I think it's false.
Why is that?
But we don't know anything.
Why is that?
That's what I've learned from Danny is we know nothing.
Yeah.
But do you really think that there could be something that massive that still exists that is completely unfound?
I don't know.
And it's proven that first video was a hoax and it was a guy in a suit. That's been proven.
Yeah.
So why is there nothing?
I don't know. I mean, there's been a lot of proven UFO and crop circle.
Yeah, but there's more video and there's more people actually saying that that's real.
Yeah. I'm not saying that I think Bigfoot's real. I'm just saying let's leave it open as a possibility to make life more exciting. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm down. I'm 100%
I think I just
down.
really love the movie Harry and the Hendersons, and as a child, I just wanted him to be real.
Dude, that shit gives me a panic attack just looking at their faces. I don't know why.
Me.
Like, they're all those, the dinosaurs show, where they're all dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah.
And Airheads. If I see...
Airheads is such a stupid
If I see
movie.
a picture of any of them, like, I start panicking. I don't know why. There's something about how creepy they all look and how they kind of look human, but they're not. I hate it. Something about it like really fucks me up. I'm not even joking. Like I'm just right now I'm getting sweaty. I'm thinking about it. I hate that. I hate that so much.
Oh man.
Airheads was a nightmare.
Yeah. What is that movie even?
Or was it not Airheads? Coneheads.
What's Airheads? That's a movie too.
That's a movie
That's
too.
A candy.
It's a lot of things. It's whatever you want it to be.
Did you see Oppenheimer?
No, I want to see it. Was it good?
Yeah, it was really good. But here's the thing. I made the mistake of getting us tickets at 8:30 p.m. not knowing it was a 3.5 hour long movie. And by the last like 30, 40 minutes, bro, I was I was in and out of dozing.
Yeah.
So I want to rewatch it. It was really great though.
I feel like I know how it ends.
It was put together really well.
You know? It's not great. The ending actually is perfectly tied in with Barbie. So you have to watch them back to back. Just 5 hours of...
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be good. I went and saw Talk to Me, which is a new horror movie. It's like an Australian horror.
Where'd you see that? Do you have to go to
a movie theater?
Yeah, but do you have to go to like a special one or...
No.
I was thinking it was like an indie... You know, do you remember when Camel View was the only one that had like...
Yeah,
the indie horror flicks? I'd
remember
go there
that really weird...
high school to see those.
that really weird movie theater on Mill Avenue in Tempe? Valley Art. Yeah, it was like they play like student films and then like one like just weird art movie.
I saw a premiere of a skate video there once. I forget what skate video it was. May have been like the America video or something.
How was handing out like skate video? Because I know you went to Cowtown to hand out or to like sell tickets for Mouse's show.
Oh yeah, it was rad, dude. So me and Mouse, we're playing a show. Mouse Pal's headlining the Crescent Ballroom on August 25th, and I'm gonna do a DJ set to open the show. But I called Mouse like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "Yo, we should print out tickets and actually go physically meet up with fans and sell tickets because like people don't do that anymore.
Yeah,
everything's just online now." And it was super fun. My brother came. He like filmed us meeting random fans, and so we had a bunch of people meet us at Cowtown, grab some tickets. A bunch of the people that grabbed tickets like went to Camp Fest. Some people were even wearing like Katastro and Camp Fest merch.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was really cool.
How many people did you guys actually meet up with?
I think like 15 or 20.
Oh, damn.
Maybe I'm stretching that. I don't know. I think it's around there. But my favorite one was there was this one kid that asked for tickets, but he was in the middle of his shift at a Mexican food restaurant in Chandler. So we drove there and walked in and asked the manager, is Logan here? Mouse walks up and goes, "Is Logan here? We're two of his best childhood friends. We need to see him." And so the dude walked out and gave him a ticket, and it was cool, man. It was fun. It was crazy to remember the times where we were driving around selling tickets like crazy.
Yeah, we used to have to put our phone numbers up on like MySpace and Facebook, and people would meet us. And then I started getting people would find or have my phone number, and they would just start texting me. And then they like found out where I worked, and they would like come into Starbucks but not say anything. And then I would just get a text from a random number like, "Yeah, you looked cool today." And I'm like, "What the fuck is going on? We got to stop doing this. We got to stop putting our phone numbers out there. I need to stop working at Starbucks."
That's really funny. Damn. Yeah. What else is going on? What else is going on this week?
Are you tired today?
No. Are you?
No, I'm wide awake. I've had 3 cold brews.
I would probably be more awake if you didn't fucking.
I've had 3. I actually drank enough.
If you would have got me the coffee that you asked me if I wanted, I'd be so awake right now.
Yeah, too bad, man. It was the thought that counts, though.
It was the thought that counts.
Dude, I'm trying to go camping more. I want to be a camper guy.
Yeah,
I think
I need to go camping with you guys next time you go.
Yeah, we should do it. It'll be fun.
I'm down. I would love to. I've actually been craving nature lately for some reason.
Nature Valley bars?
Yeah. No, I've been feeling like I need to. I've had this idea for a while, dude, and I need to do it at some point whenever the time's right. But I really want to go stay in like an Airbnb somewhere by myself for like 4 or 5 days and just make like an album by myself.
Dude, I've been dreaming of doing the same thing for a long time.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just feel like that would be a really good experience for me. And who knows, even if no one ever hears what I make, I just think I think I need to at some point go spend time by myself away from everybody in nature at some point.
Yeah, I want to do that.
I don't know why I have this like feeling that needs to happen.
With our lives like blowing up and everything recently, have you felt like I've been feeling this like more calling to like it'd be nice to just get away somewhere and just like, I don't know, the life of just doing what you love every day somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and like simple life is kind of like really alluring recently.
Connection to nature. It's really weird how different you feel when you are out in nature and away from city.
Yeah.
You feel, it's like a feeling. It feels really good. It feels like cleansing.
Yeah.
Even if you go on like a hike, like when I go to Piestewa Peak, it's like, it's just nice to be out, see cactus and rocks and birds.
Yeah, this is probably like this year is definitely the most I've ever been outside. Like in my entire life. I never would go outside.
Yeah.
I would just do inside activities, only. And it's been fun, like fishing. And I actually like see my friends way more now. just because we all like to do this stuff together. So it's like I'm meeting up with people more often. I'm going outside more often. I'm like seeing parts of our state that I've never been to before.
Yeah.
The town we were in when we were camping was outside this area called Greer. And it's kind of like northeast, or it's like really far east.
Isn't that where the cabin is that we did washed?
That's Heber. So that's kind of on the
Greer
way.
Right next to Heber?
It's like it's pretty close, but it's not like right.
I thought it was in Greer. You sure?
No, it's Heber.
Okay.
Heber Overgard.
Okay. Oh, you're right.
But yeah, so we were in Greer, and they have no gas stations in the entire town. And
Really?
This guy bought the only gas station that used to be there. They have like big fires, or they had a massive fire that like almost wiped out the entire city. I think it was like 10, 15 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
And so this guy bought the only gas station that was there. It's like a convenience store. And we walked in and we're talking to him. We're like, hey, is there any gas stations out here? We have no gas. And he's like, no, I had the spot with the only pump that was in town, and the entire town voted to not bring gas back into the town. And the reason was, if another massive fire happened, they would, if that fire, or if that gas pump like caught fire, it would block the only road going into that town. So everybody would be trapped there. And so it's just this really small town, one road, and the road closes down in the winter. So you're like, when you're there in the winter,
you're buckled down.
Yeah. You're either like leave or you're like actually like stuck there throughout the entire winter.
Yeah.
And it was cool. It was a weird town, but it was really nice.
That's
where that guy got abducted for Fire in the Sky.
Oh, dude, I need to rewatch that after talking to Danny.
I know. I watched it yesterday.
I've seen it, but now, I need to rewatch that.
Yeah.
Do you think we could start our own, like, cult civilization in the middle of nowhere and just base it around the podcast? We could kidnap Stevie so he can still run the podcast.
Yeah.
And then I feel like we have enough Kamp and Katastro fans that would maybe come. We know firefighters. We have a couple fans that are firefighters, so we already have a firefighter. Who else do we need?
We need like some sort of doctor.
Some sort of doctor. If you're kind of a doctor, hit us up.
Yeah. We definitely need a dentist.
Oh, we are not the two guys you want to be in charge to start a civilization.
Did I talk about how I went back to the dentist?
It would crumble so fast.
I went back to the dentist for the first time since I had my...
I know, I got to go back. It's been probably 6 or 7 months.
It's been longer than that for you, bud.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think so. I think you would have told me. But yeah, they're like, have you been doing anything different? Like, your gums look great. And I'm just like, I've just been ramping up my nicotine pouches in my mouth recently. And I was honestly terrified that they were going to say something was bad, but that's the secret to healthy teeth and gums. It's
Did
just
Tanner
more
go?
pouches.
Did Tanner go?
No.
Is he stalling?
He's scared.
Should we call him?
No.
Should we call him on speakerphone right now?
He said he couldn't. We had asked him to be here today. He said he couldn't.
Oh, what if I called him and we caught him lying on air?
Yeah, what are you doing?
He can't. Yeah, he can't talk right now. That's right. Damn, we should start doing that, calling people on speakerphone.
Yeah, just on the spot.
That'd be funny to do to Gonzo.
Maybe on the next one. Yo, that'd be really funny to do to Gonzo. We have to come up with something that is like a nightmare, and we see how he reacts. That way people can get an idea. The problem with fucking with Gonzo is that one, he gets very like overwhelmed and like upset, but he'll act on it immediately. So you have to tell him right away.
So
that
one
you're
prank could turn into 7 phone calls that you don't need to happen.
Yeah, it's like somebody's manager's getting called and yelled at, and you're just like, "Oh yeah, we were kidding. I totally forgot to tell you that.
I totally forgot we even pranked you.
You're gonna ruin our careers because you believe us."
Yeah, I think I told Gonzo this recently, but Andy was the number one person to fuck with him all the time. So now that Andy's gone, I feel this,
we have
like a moral responsibility to
make his life hell.
Just make his life hell and do what Andy would have wanted. No,
I like when his son's around, and because I just like tell his son he can do things that Gonzo would never let him do, and then I just look at Gonzo and I'm like, I know you're not going to tell him he can't because I already said it, and then so it's funny.
Gonzo called me yesterday and said, "I'm really disappointed with you," and I was like, for a second I was like, what did I do? And then he's like, "Lorenzo wants Birkenstocks." And I said, welcome to the team, dude.
Welcome.
welcome to the team. I said, next thing you know, he's going to be eating granola.
Oh, God. Not in his house.
Yeah.
No.
Not in my house.
Not in his house.
Actually, I don't like granola. Fun fact, I have Birkenstocks. I don't eat granola.
I love granola. I hate those shoes.
Granola has too much sugar.
Yeah, it's good. It's a treat.
So you don't eat smoothies, but you eat granola.
Well, it's not as
Granola
much.
has more sugar than smoothies.
No, it does not.
Yeah, granola is definitely not as healthy for you than smoothies.
No, I don't eat it often. But I'll throw a handful of like the clusters back, dude.
Better be
It's
some
so
good granola, man, because 98% of granola out there has got a lot of canola oil in it. Tell you that.
So does all oat milk.
Soda?
Oat milk.
I don't have oat milk, dude. I got unsweetened almond milk, no sugar.
Rapeseed oil in there.
No, there's no rapeseed. No seed oils in my almond milk, buddy.
There's rapeseed oil in there. It's horrible for you.
Organic. Goat milk. We should get goats.
We should try milking a cow.
Do you know how to milk a cow?
If
We're gonna start a civilization.
we got to learn how to milk cows.
We gotta learn how to take care of cows, milk cows.
Yeah.
Have you had goat milk? Is goat milk good?
I could take care of us on the catching like 5-inch fish like once every 3 days.
Yeah, we'd be doing fine.
It'd be full.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It'd be hard to make gains.
Yeah, but there's no need for gains when you're in a cult, you know? There's no cults where the guys have gains.
All the guys that lead cults usually have abs.
Yeah, it's from like starvation though.
Yeah, it's starvation abs.
Yeah, they're not gains abs. It's not from tea.
Jared Leto has starvation abs, you think?
Yeah. He's got, well, I don't know. I'm sure he's on just tons and tons of different types of tea.
I don't think so.
I bet you anything. He's probably getting IV drips of, you know, baby
baby blood?
Blood, yeah, guts and stuff like that. He's actually a cult leader.
Mm-hmm.
He had a music festival. It's a little questionable. Didn't look like a lot of music was going on there. Unless you make music in the sheets with all your followers. And you also only wear sheets. And you're on an island. And you try to act like you're Jesus.
Oh, he is an interesting guy, man.
I hate that he's such a good actor. I really do. Because I just want to not like him. But then I watch a movie with him in it. I'm like, he's so good.
What's that sci-fi movie where they're like reproducing humans? Like in a lab?
That one? I don't know. And every sci-fi movie.
No, it's the one that he's in.
The Matrix?
No. He's on The Matrix?
I don't know his entire
He's in a lot of good
filmography.
movies, dude.
Dallas Buyers Club.
He's good in that.
Requiem for a Dream. Fight Club. What else? He's good. I hate it. Don't you want him to just not be good at it? I want him to fail at something.
He's really good looking, man. He's just getting younger and younger. What's going on there?
Drips. He's got a drip of some sort. That's
do you think
not
maybe
good.
he's an AI?
He might be. It could be. We might be onto something here. Enough about Jared Leto, though.
Andy, I feel like Andy would be really enjoying Jared Leto's content.
I think Andy would dress up like Jared Leto for Halloween this year. That's one of his costumes.
He'd paint his eyes red.
Yeah, he'd just paint his eyes red and be like, "I'm Jared Leto," and you're like, "Okay,
yeah,
whatever."
Yeah.
He's a monster, and I don't remember when, like, way back in the day, Jared Watson was posting videos about
how he could beat the shit out of Jared Leto.
It was funny.
I texted him about that.
He posted it like twice, and I don't know why I remember that.
Yeah, that's really funny.
They were just in Key West, and Tim was like fishing for sharks.
I saw that video, dude.
It's crazy.
Was he actually fishing for sharks, or did he accidentally catch that guy?
I don't know. Let's just start the rumor that he kills sharks.
Yeah, our old manager, Tim, he's a shark killer.
Yeah, he makes the soup out of their fins.
I saw. Oh, did you watch that documentary?
What? The Cove?
The shark.
The shark
shark fin documentary. I just saw. I can't remember. I just saw a tiny bit of it.
I don't like watching that stuff. I did the other morning. I woke up and I immediately watched the Netflix documentary about food poisoning, and it probably undid $5,000 worth of therapy in one hour sitting.
Yeah,
it was great. I'll never eat a salad ever again. Ever. Ever.
What's the most according to this Netflix documentary?
No, it's real.
Yeah. What's the highest, like, besides salad?
Besides salad?
Or one of the,
probably chicken.
Is chicken worse than all the other meats?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It says on there, anytime you bring chicken into your kitchen, you're bringing a biohazard. And it's true.
I haven't been eating much chicken anymore, dude.
I'm fucking sick of it.
I've just been eating tons of organic grass-fed beef and
you could just say beef.
Ground turkey. Organic ground turkey.
Ugh. I hate ground turkey.
Yeah, but it's lean and it's just like I digest it really easily, and I actually make it taste good. I put taco seasoning in it and make like Mexican bowls with it.
Huh.
Avocado,
really gross.
cilantro. You know.
Yeah, I would eat a salad before I ate that.
What do you eat every day? Tell me about your body.
Let's see. I do usually avocado toast every morning. Yeah, I wake up, I chug cold brew. And then
So do you have cold brew before drinking water? Let's take it step by step. You're
I wake up, I immediately put at least one nicotine pouch in my mouth, not even joking. And then I go, I wait for like maybe 30 minutes and then I drink cold brew. And then
you don't drink any water?
No, and then I drink
Really?
water after cold brew. That's how you're supposed to do it. And then
don't ever listen to anything Ryan says on this podcast.
Then I drink water.
It's a disclaimer.
And then I go outside and I work out hard. I go out and I work out hard, and then I come back inside and I make a protein shake that is more cold brew protein. I just quit creatine because I started getting too puffy.
Puffy.
Yeah, I'm sick of it. Swollen. My hands were like ridiculously swollen every day. So it's just that and peanut butter and a banana. So it's the only fruit I ever eat.
Just one banana?
One banana.
You ever put oats in there?
No, dude. There's too much sugar in it.
In oats?
Isn't that what granola is?
No.
No, I don't put oats in it. And then after that, I will do 2 eggs over medium on like a small English muffin.
So you go
with
smoothie
avocado.
right into eggs.
Yeah,
so
you got to get that protein.
So you're eating bread.
Yeah, I eat bread for sure. I'm pro bread.
You bad little boy.
No,
Ezekiel bread?
Fuck no.
What kind?
Fuck no.
What kind of bread? What kind of English muffin, dude?
Wonder. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Like I get like
Wonder
the wheat ones, but like the fluffy ones.
The
I get
Thomas
the real
ones.
No, not Thomas. It's a different brand. I forget what it's called. But yeah, I do one of those with 2 eggs and half an avocado if I have it.
If I have it.
Well, the thing about avocados is you buy one and you're like, oh, this is going to be great. And then you want to eat it right away and then you can't. And then the next day it's not quite ready. And then the third day you completely forget about it and it's spoiled on the fourth. So I'm just constantly throwing away.
I didn't know exactly what you're talking about.
Always throwing away like
that's happened to me
avocado.
Before.
Dude, it's the worst. So if I have one that happens to be on the perfect date, then I'll put it on there. And then I usually won't eat again until about 2 or 3. And then it's just, I don't know what I usually eat for lunch. I don't really eat lunches.
You don't eat lunches?
I don't know. I think I just like eat dinner at like 5.
Yeah. Have you ever been on the don't eat until like noon vibe?
Yeah, but not, I used to do it. I really like it because I can go until like generally like 1 or 2 without eating.
Most people, I feel like most people I know that are pretty much all of the people I know that are in really good shape in their like late 30s or 40s are all on that like
intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
The problem with that is that I get kicked out of it as soon as I have my protein shake. And so it's like if I'm going to work out, it would only work if I worked out at like noon.
Yeah, but a lot of people, dude, are working out hard and then still not eating until like noon, which is crazy.
Yeah, but
that's if you're not trying to gain muscle.
Yeah. Well, I don't eat beforehand, so I work out fasted, but then I do the protein right after because it supposedly is the best. Who the fuck knows? It doesn't matter. That's it. Everybody always tells you like what to do and what not to do, and you're like, maybe for like bodybuilders, maybe they'll notice that, but I'm never gonna fucking notice that. Like if I ate 2 eggs instead of 3 at this time of the day, like nobody gives a fuck.
Weirdly find it interesting what people eat. I like to know what their routine is and what they eat because the older I'm getting, the more and more I realize the little foods that I eat that do not work with my body, and I'm realizing like my window of like what makes me feel good is just getting smaller and smaller. And if I stick to that, I feel great and everything's fine.
I make a lot of like Asian food. I really eat a ton of Asian food, but it's mostly just like rice and meat.
You make that at home, like stir fries and shit?
Yeah, like last night I made this Thai dish. It's ground chicken. Not the biggest fan of ground chicken, but it's pretty good on this.
I heard that has a lot of food poisoning in it.
Yeah, that's why I torch it. It's a biohazard.
It's just all black.
It's black.
It's just
awful.
black.
No, yeah, I really
chicken.
am getting better about not being as afraid about food, and that documentary did set me back a little bit because
I've seen you throw so many meals away.
Just catch a vibe sometimes.
You catch a weird scent. You catch a vibe.
Sometimes you take a bite and you're like, "That's the bite."
There really
that's the
is
bite that's gonna do it.
Food poisoning really is really not fun, dude.
It's the worst.
It sucks.
It's fine. Like
your whole
it's not
body
fine,
just
but it's
hurts.
like if you're at home, it's one thing. But when you're on tour, that's what really caused that
Do you remember
fear.
when Danner got food poisoning before our show in Flagstaff, and he was like shitting himself on stage?
Oh my god, yeah. I had the flu at the same day too. I had the flu. I was like violently sweating, chills. I thought I was gonna pass out just standing up for like 30 minutes, and then Tanner was like full blown food poisoning. We also did a show in. I think we were in Atlanta, and our tour manager, Colby, at the time had food poisoning, and he was like, I got to go back to the hotel. So we went back to the hotel and somehow drove back with food poisoning, picked all of us up. Good tour manager. But we're like, can you go through like your diet? Like, what did you eat that made you sick? And no, it was just like 7 assortments of candy. It was McDonald's, and then like
McDonald's,
and then like a
Wendy's.
salad. Yeah, Wendy's. It was like everything, and you're just like, it literally could be absolutely anything that you put in your body at any moment. It's all
dude. But I think what we narrowed it down to, which was the same as Tanner's food poisoning in Flagstaff, was a Whole Foods. Yeah. So Whole Foods in Flagstaff and Whole Foods in Atlanta. Don't eat the salad there.
Don't eat salad anywhere. It's awful for you. It could kill you, literally. Salads kill. Do you
think we can make a Kamp podcast T-shirt that says "Salads kill"?
Yeah, salads kill for sure, dude. Don't do it.
So fire.
I like that.
Salads kill.
They're just like a bowl of salad and just an X through it.
With a bowl of salad with like a skull and crossbones.
Yeah, yeah. It's salads kill. But like, dude, I don't.
That's a sick band name, bro.
Salads kill.
Salads kill.
That's good.
Yo, you going to the Salads Kill show tonight? That's fucking sounds sick,
dude. Heard that guy is fucking nuts. Salads Kill singer. I don't do any like buffet.
Dude, do you remember when Fake Grandma and Grandpa took us to that Asian buffet?
I went hard on that buffet. Everyone was looking at me like, what? Because the food was like the grossest looking food.
This shit was
and
so
I was
gross.
eating crawdads. You guys are like, what the fuck?
Bro, you're sucking head, dude.
That was back when I wasn't afraid of anything. Those were the good days.
You were probably drunk. That's what was happening. You probably had enough beers for that to be an okay situation for you to think that behavior was exceptional.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It's the pussification of America probably, but over time, I've just become afraid of everything. And I'm trying to be less afraid of everything. Yeah, it's probably just the pussification. There's probably too many salads. But yeah, no, I don't do buffets. I don't like. You just think of like how gross people are. Like everywhere you go, people are fucking disgusting. You want that guy putting his like dirty little sleeves over your bowl of soup?
Here's the thing, though, dude. Salad? Like all these like expensive ass 5-star restaurants that you like to eat at, same shit is going on back there.
But they know what is going.
Shit is going on. My
dad. I
worked.
wouldn't go there, and they wouldn't be 5-star restaurants if everybody that ate in there went into the kitchen and grabbed shit with their hands to put it on their plates.
I'll tell you this right now.
Everybody has seen. I was in a fucking AJ's once, and a guy picked up the ladle to like put the soup in and tasted it.
Yeah, dude, they're doing that in 5-star restaurants.
No, dude.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Yeah,
whatever makes you feel better is fine.
Okay.
But my dad worked at a 5-star restaurant, and he used to tell me that they would fucking...
Your dad worked at Five Guys. It was a burger place.
No. He worked as a busboy for a while at a 5-star restaurant in New York. And he told me that they would fucking scrape leftover green beans from people's plates back into a dish or into a pot that they then use for the new plates that were going out.
Doesn't sound 5-star to me.
That sounds like food poisoning to me. It sounds like, to me, like you're getting tricked by marketing and corporate America.
Green beans are low on the list. It's
romaine. Give you that high status restaurant, you're still getting poisoning, dude. Didn't you get food poisoning from a nice restaurant eating oysters?
No. Oh, yeah, but oysters are oysters. Oysters are oysters. There's no other way to shuck it.
Were they on top of a salad?
Fuck no. Oyster salad. Yum. No, yeah, buffets are fucking disgusting. I would never.
Yeah.
Salad bars. Oh,
I would never.
dude, kills.
It kills.
Oh shit.
Well, I think that was a fun episode, and it's the thought that counts.
It is the thought that counts, and don't forget, salads kill.
Salads kill. Stay safe.